Hi folks, and welcome to what is probably the best backdrop in iRacing, to be honest. I do like sitting here. Anyway, let's get on with the fast lap. Right, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show you. Read the rules tab because it will tell you where the off tracks are, which are kind of handy, and it will definitely tell you where you can maximize your track limits and maximize the track width as much as you can. So give that a read whenever you come in here. The info tab, 85 Fahrenheit degrees, 85 Fahrenheit is track temp, degrees will be above my head. Track usage 44%, and we are using the identical Fuji setup, the iRacing fixed setup that is. The lap I'm actually going to show you is my fastest lap, a 35.424. We set a 35.4 there as well, but still a 35.4. So that abides by my little rule where I have to at least get the same 10th time. Not too bad around here, but typical radical thing, take the corners nice and slowly. Make sure you get good exits, particularly the last corner of turn 16, I think it is, and kind of turn 1 as well. Make sure you really slow down that, get the car around the corner, get it on the straight, and then nail it. There was a few places where the rear end steps out, so I will mention that through the breakdown lap, but otherwise, above my head will be my Discord, where the OLAP BLAP telemetry replay file will all be in there, and also we like to show you the split times right down the bottom there. Annoyingly, I didn't nip into 34s, which was very, very close on my optimal, but yeah, we're looking at mid to low 35s, I think, to be brutally honest with you. Otherwise, nothing me waffling, let's crack on with the guide. Right then, Fuji, this cheeky little rascal. This straight is enormous. Basically, slipstream is going to be down here. Definitely, it's not even worth defending. But anyway, braking point for turn 1, 150 board. Just as we pass it, brake in a nice heavy straight line. Careful on the downshifts. I was locking the rear axle. If you were, throw that brake bias a bit more forward. Second gear through here and try and murder that bollard. You will understeer past it, but try and get as close as you can to it and be careful of the exit here. There is an off track just slightly on that other bit of curbing out there, so be cautious. Coming down into turn 3 actually, the turn 2 was a kink. So turn 3, just off the 100 board, we're braking ever so gently and then turn in. Again, you want to try and aim for the bollard. It will understeer. Fourth gear for this, but try and get back on throttle as soon as you can without running wide. You still got a little bit of oversteer there that did help the car go around. It's important to take speed through there, but not important to run wide and damage the car. Fifth gear through here, you want to ease off the throttle and start braking because you don't want to get too far away from this right hand side of the track. We want to cut back for this bit, and kind of where that curving and service road is, we want to cut back and then drift out wide and then immediately come back in and aim for the 50 board. As soon as we're pointing at the 50 board, brake in a nice gentle straight line. It's downhill braking, so be cautious. Turn in massively early. We want to use this little dip on the apex to try and rotate the car as much as we can. So that's why we turn in gently and then turn in aggressively at apex. Get on full throttle as early as you can because we're going to have a good exit down here. Slipstream will be a thing, and dive bombs will definitely be a thing in the tightest part of the circuit down here. This hairpin is really, really awkward. So just before the advertisement sign, we want to brake again in a heavy straight line. We're going all the way down to first gear for this one, so be ultra cautious. First gear is very, very dangerous. So we do get loads of curb. Be careful of dive bombs as mentioned. Try and compromise this one to maximize this left-hander. Short shift into second, then easy on the throttle through here, and do not run wide. That yellow sausage curb right there is very, very dangerous. It pops up the car and everything. Now, braking point for this one is slightly tricky to spot. It's when the grass ends and the concrete green stuff starts. Again, we're nice and gently on the brakes. We'd focus on turn in here, little bits of trail braking, like 5% brake. Try and kill the bollard again, but you will miss it, and avoid those things. If you get on throttle too early, you can see on smooth application, that's because I don't want to run wide and hit those yellow sausage curbs. The little white marking at the end of the curbing there is our point to start braking. Let the car drift out wide, slow it down again, and turn in early than you think. Again, we will experience understeer, so make sure you cut that corner as best you can, and again, avoid the orange sausage curbs on the exit. Smooth application again, because we're over a crest of a hill, so that will definitely let the rear end go. Now, marshal post on the left hand side, just as we pass it, we're braking again so gently because we've got to turn the car around. What we're doing is slowing it down, clipping the apex, and getting on a nice smooth application with no wheel spin and no running wide. You see I have a little bit of corrective steer there, and it pushed me a little bit closer than yellow curbs. I wasn't entirely confident with that exit, but you do need to get a good one because this straight is enormous. You can see how long it is on the track map. Again, if you get a good exit and someone's within half a second of you, they're gonna fly past you. Slipstream in these things is about 0.8, so if they're 0.8 behind, they'll get up to maybe 0.6 to you. If they're half a second behind, they're probably going to overtake you and down into turn 1. So just be mindful of that. Pick your battles. If they are behind you, then they're not going to do it. One tactic is to get them really, really close behind you so they don't get much of a run. But this straight is so long, I don't think that'll matter, to be brutally honest with you. Otherwise, that's across the line in a 1:35.424, which is my fastest lap in the session. We did set another 55.4, so that's not too bad. Lots of spins around here. Again, it's taking these corners cautiously and getting good exits in a lot of them. Otherwise, if this helped, like and subscribe and do that lovely YouTube stuff. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you on the next one.